What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome into Derelict Sports. It's your boy Nick alongside Derelict Dale. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Hump day.
Feels like a fucking Thursday, dude. This week's going by super slow. Hope you guys are having a great week, though. Better week than I'm having sports-wise, just life-wise. I mean, I can't quit getting kicked in the dick. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. But hope you guys had a great week, man. Having a great week, first half of the week. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. We'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button on that stream. Really helps us out, gets us thrown in the algorithm. If you're on X, man, make sure you guys hit that follow button and share the stream. Hop into comments, whatever. We're always talking shit on Twitter. So make sure you guys follow that and scan that QR code while you're there. Take you to our link tree. Go to everything. Follow us on Instagram. We're always posting there, talking shit there as well. So if you guys are into sports betting, that was for you. Just kidding. Go to the Action Network. Give us a follow. Daily Derelict. We've got 3 bets today. As you can see, scrolling down the bottom of your page, we've got Minnesota playing Baltimore at home. We got them. If I don't like it, hope they lose. Hope we lose this bet. But, actually, no, I guess the Baltimore Ravens. I do hope we lose this bet. I hope Dale loses money on this because Minnesota sucks. And Baltimore is his West or his East, it's his East pick for the year. So good things will happen. I'm not rooting for Dale. I'm rooting against Dale in the short term, rooting for him in the long term with the Baltimore win. So
bless your heart, even though the Orioles are bad to start the season. Bless your heart.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that wasn't very good, but it's going to be a long season. So we got some playoff hockey. We got Dallas and Winnipeg. Blues should be playing tonight, but whatever. Gonna go under 5.5 goals on that one. I like that one. I think it's gonna be defensive, but we also could blow right past 5. I don't know what kind of game we're gonna get there, but I like the plus 100. And then we've got Dale's hometown Toronto on the road in LA playing the Angels. And the Angels suck. We're getting Kikuchi. Kikuchi. Let me play with the Kikuchi. So
yeah, restart playing the first game against the Jays. It got Barrios on the mound after.
Jose Barrios. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, last night it was tied going to the 8th, and then the bullpen implosion happened again.
The Bears. But it is what it is, dude. I mean, we got to. We're gonna rebound. We're gonna get the old. We're gonna touch the Kikuchi tonight. Let me tell you, that's what I have good feelings about the Toronto Blue Jays Sports Lab. OG, what up, Big Dick? Happy Wednesday, big dog. Yeah, we got a lot on the agenda today. For the next hour and a half, we're going to kick back, relax, chatty some sports. We've got playoff news. We got a new NHL team. Well, not a new NHL team, but we got a new permanent NHL team name for the Utah hockey teams. So we're going to get into that. We got some trade news in the NFL. And then, of course, we will go through the rounds of the NBA and NHL, including that big kick in the dick. The Tyrese Haliburton last night, which will also, just to make it worse, we're not going to start with that, but there's only one thing that makes it worse the next day after you get punched right in the dick, and that's when the NBA goes, we're going to release the 2-minute report.
Oh, no.
Just swallow it, you fuck. Because guess what came out in that today? Like, none of those baskets should have counted. Like, there was like 4 fouls they admitted to today, and like it takes away like their last 3 baskets. Just swallow it. I don't need to know about what is the point of that? What's the point?
I feel like unless it's really, really egregious, and you have to be like, oh, we done fucked up. Just say
like almost like it's their way of going, we're holding ourselves accountable, and it's but in reality it's like, yeah, we're just letting you know that there's really nothing we can do about it, but we fucked up. Sorry. We'll get them next game too.
Yeah, it's the in a vacuum. Yeah, this is right, but it's not a vacuum when you've been running around for 48 minutes and
the 2-minute report. I'd rather I don't even know. I'm not even going to finish that sentence because it probably is going to get pulled. That was probably getting us pulled. But, dude, I don't want to hear it. Get rid of the 2-minute report. It's so fucking stupid. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. And then again, that as we said on Monday, this is coming off the heels of the Blues over the weekend. So just absolute. The only thing that what made last night not as bad as the Blues was that it was Game 7. So the Blues being Game 7 is the only reason that was worse. But this was basically the same thing. I mean, you get out rebounded, but you let Tyrese Haliburton get a rebound, goes out and just jacks the three, and then runs down the court, telling everybody he's got a big old ball sack, which that was just awesome. So I don't know, but I'm feeling well. Like I said, we'll get into that. We got a lot to get into today. Again, no front office. He's got the family in town. Just had his graduation yesterday. Looked beautiful up on stage
Yep, he
yesterday.
looked
Just
like
gorgeous.
it
And
looked.
I am awaiting. This is what I was told today. My mom texted me this morning, and she's like, "Have you seen your email? Like, did you hear the shout out in the speech?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, his mom, his mom, she couldn't keep it together whenever he started giving you the shout out and he started losing it." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You did check your email?" She's like, "He apparently wrote his speech, and then sent it to me like yesterday morning, thinking that I would see it while he was doing his thing, and like, I guess
Oh,
put me in the speech somewhere." Never got the email. Never got the
oh
email.
no!
So my mom and them were like, "Oh fuck, we just spoiled it for you." But they're like, now we know you don't get it." So all day I've been waiting on this thing. I have not gotten it yet. So I am just like waiting for this email to get here.
Come on, Mama Nick.
Come on,
Come
guys.
on, Mama Nick.
Put the shit together so I can read this. So shout out to him though, dude. He looked great.
He
Big
did.
Dr. Pepper, baby. Let's fucking go. So
You sent me the photo. There was all we needed was Coach Dabo there giving him the data boy bum grab. That would have been the only way it would have been better.
God, yeah, I really wish Dabo would have came up and said, "You know why we're here today, boys? God's why we're here today." You can thank. I know you guys have all been busting your dicks on this, but you can thank one person and one person only, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ. Good old Dabo Sweeney. All right, let's get into it today, boys. Let's get into the hockey team. No, we'll get into that. And we'll get into the playoffs. So let's start with our NFL news because it's short, sweet, and get it out of the way.
Give it to me.
George Pickens traded to the Dallas Cowboys this morning.
Oh, I did not hear this at all because I was balls deep in a lot of problems today. This is new.
Cowboys will receive a 2026 sixth-round draft pick they get the sixth-round pick and George Pickens. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh receives hefty price, 2026 third-round pick, 2027 fifth-round pick. Pretty good deal. Now, look, I think a lot of people, there's that, that post came out today where they've kind of thrown it all the way back to starting with Martavis Bryant. Every couple of years, it looks like the Steelers, for some type of, I had the picture set aside, but basically every couple of years since fucking Martavis Bryant in 2019, they've released somebody or traded somebody, got them out of town due to behavioral issues is what they called it. So Martavis Bryant, and then you go to Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool. There was one other guy I totally forgot, but yeah, I mean, so it just seems that he's just the latest guy on that list of guys traded out, and I know that's a steep price, and third round pick, you're going to need George Pickens to come in and play some ball, right? But I like the move for both teams. I think it's a good pick. George Pickens is still young. I mean, really young. Great upside. You don't have much outside of CeeDee Lamb. I think it's a great young guy to pair with CeeDee Lamb. I think it's a great. I mean, like I said, you're going to pay the price to go get a guy like that, and a team like Dallas, who we see they are not very good at addressing needs, right? I mean, they basically kind of just do what the fuck ever. Like there's never really any flow to what they're doing, or like addressing exactly what they need, or when they do address it, by the time they have addressed it, another need has come up, and that's just as big of a need, right? So it's always kind of the same story with the Dallas Cowboys. But I think that if you're not going to draft one, and you're not going to get one right in the draft, or you're not going to, you're not going to do any sort of roster building, then you got to go out and try to swing for the. I mean, George Pickens comes available, young stud like that. I think you gotta pull the trigger if you can get a guy like this.
And if you're not going to use draft capital for that, you have at least you know what he is, right? You know what the upside is, you know what the downside is, and obviously you're willing to roll the dice on the downside, and hopefully you can make his problems better. And maybe getting out of Pittsburgh is probably a good thing for him, and hopefully he grows up a bit, and hopefully CD Lamb doesn't teach him to be a whiny little bitch. But I think it's a good move for the Cowboys. And hey, the Steelers got some stuff, got a pick that can legitimately help them next year.
Yeah, I like it. I did see. Like I said, I think it's a really good trade. I did see a funny tweet about it earlier that somebody said Pickens really went from having nobody who can throw him the ball to having nobody who can throw him the ball, but at 4:25 on Fox.
That's very well done. Very well done.
Oh, it's so fucking good. It's so good. But yeah, like I said, yeah, he was probably destined. They already pretty much they were moving on from George Pickens. I mean, they had kind of made that known that after they really believe in that Rome. What the fuck's his name?
Romaduse?
No. Romeo, whatever the kid they drafted last year. They just traded for DK Metcalf. And I think that George Pickens has kind of been as much as good as he is, the headache he was in Pittsburgh, and apparently they're saying today that this had nothing to do with the ownership. This was all Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin initiated this trade. He wanted George Pickens to get the fuck out of there.
That tells you something. If Mike Tomlin can't deal with you, Mike Tomlin is a hard ass. But I think Mike Tomlin is a fair hard ass, where he's like, I'll give you a chance to like. But if you've burned every bridge with Mike Tomlin, ugh.
So this is the interesting part, though. Here's the interesting part. Diana Rossini, who very good. Sometimes she's a little off, but most of the time she's pretty good. Says that they've been talking this deal since the draft, which that is not the surprising part. I think most people would probably assume this is didn't just come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. But it says talk stalled. Dallas came back with an improved effort that eventually lands Pickens. It's unclear whether the Cowboys will look to sign Pickens to a long-term extension, because remember he's on his rookie deal, the last part of the rookie deal. Mm-hmm. So it's still relatively a cheap, it's a cheap deal for Dallas to pick up, right? No money, basically. So they're, again, unclear if they're going to sign to a long-term extension before he hits free agent market. While that might eventually be a desirable outcome for both sides, it could also make for an awkward conversation because George Pickens is represented by David Mulugeta, however you say his name, who, very big agent in the NFL, also represents Micah Parsons, who
also plays for the Cowboys.
Plays for the Cowboys, is in the midst of a contract extension talk. And him and Jerry Jones do not get along. It says here, Cowboys create stir around Micah Parsons as Jerry Jones attempts to cut agent out. I don't know his name, he says. Says he doesn't even know Micah Parsons. So I spent 5 or 6 hours with him myself. Had a lot of discussions, Jones said. Most of these issues were in agreement and discussed all, but we obviously don't have an agreement relative to a new contract. It's not uncommon for me to directly visit with players. It's what I'm doing with him. Doesn't know who the guy is. So basically just says, yeah, I'll talk to Micah. So it says here, multiple sources confirmed to me that Micah Parsons asked Stephen and Jerry Jones to call his agent to negotiate. Sources confirmed that also that Joneses have not made that call. He's talked to the Cowboys director of salary, and that's it. So you're coming in, they're going to have a decision to make here. Are they going to agitate their star pass rusher and give the money to the flashy George Pickens? I would assume maybe I don't know. I mean, I think they'd be pretty stupid not to pay Micah Parsons, but yeah, I mean, really, it's a low risk. I mean, the third round pick makes it a little not low risk, I guess. But as far as like the money, and it's not like it's not like they don't have CeeDee Lamb, so it's not like they traded for a guy that needs to come in, and if he doesn't perform, their offense is just fucked, right? Like they've still got bona fide number one receiver in CeeDee Lamb. And yeah, I mean, you got to think that George Pickens is going to see some open field, huh?
You would think it's gonna, what you think of Dak, you think of Dak, but that offense should be humming a bit.
Yeah, I like it, and they go out and get. I think they get Miles Sanders. They got Javonte Williams. Who they just sign? Didn't they sign somebody else? Let's see. Cowboys depth chart. Let's look at it, bub.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they didn't. Jadon Blue, isn't he that new guy they just didn't they draft him?
Yes. Yeah, they drafted him.
So right now they've got, this is what they're looking like on offense right now. So they got Dak, Javonte Williams, who I love. I mean, I think he's great. Miles Sanders, Jadon Blue, CeeDee, George, Jalen Tolbert. I think you give me a fully healthy Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Javonte, Jadon Blue, CeeDee, Pickens, Tolbert, Ferguson. I mean, it's not a bad offense. Not a bad team running out there. That's for sure.
You're probably worst middle of pack, high end, top third. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it's a cool trade. Like I said, I woke up to that this morning. That was the very first thing I read this morning.
Very nice. Very nice.
I rolled over and said, "Oh."
Not.
How do you think Pittsburgh's responding? Do you think they're handling this well?
I would think they trust their coach, but I also, oh god. Oh, that a boy, Pittsburgh. I think they're happy.
You'd actually be pretty surprised that a lot of Steelers fans, it seems like they want Mike Tomlin. I think they think Mike Tomlin has overstayed the welcome. I really do, which is crazy because I think they're in for a nice wake up call when the next guy gets there and can't drag dog shit teams to the finish line. But
that's the thing, Mike Tomlin.
What's up, unders?
Mike Tomlin might be one of the greatest coaches that give me a sum of parts and I might not win the Super Bowl, but I will get the absolute most out of that sum of parts. I think that's what makes him great.
Yeah, I'm with you. I took George Pickens in the 8th or 9th round of fantasy draft last year. I'm never doing that again. Yeah. I think he's going to have a good year, though. I do think that sorry, I was reading this Shador tweet. But yeah, no, I think that he's going to disappear, and I'm sure he's not going to blow it up every week. He's going to have weeks where he's, it's big CD weeks and stuff like that, and then weeks where they don't move the ball very well, I'm sure. But I just think it's a good move. I think that it's going to open the field up for him. I think staying in Pittsburgh would have been, he would have been fine in Pittsburgh, honestly. I think DK Metcalf on the other side of him, I think he just needed somebody. I don't know if he is a number one bona fide guy. He is a 1-5, because I don't know if I want to call George Pickens a 2 either, because I've seen what George Pickens can do, and we've all seen what George Pickens can do. And when George Pickens makes George Pickens catches, he's a goddamn grown man, right? I mean, the guy he's an absolute beast. But yeah, so like I said today on Instagram, man, CD finally got his Robin, dude. I mean, he needed one, so it's gonna be exciting. Or not good, it makes for exciting football in the NFC East, because the NFC East is always, the big dog, and the Eagles coming off the Super Bowl win. I'm sure that Jerry. I'm sure that took a few years off Jerry's life. He's seen 2 Eagles Super Bowls in the last 10 years.
Don't forget, Washington's actually legitimately good now.
Washington's legitimately weird. Jaden Daniels are good. I said weird because I was about to talk about his mom, who he was on a date last night, and she was in the car third wheeling, and she tried to hide from the paparazzi. Yeah, he was on a date,
What?
had a date this weekend or whatever, and he got out of the car with the date or whatever, and paparazzi caught her. She was sitting in the back seat, and she tried to scoot out of frame. She's nuts, dude. In theory, George Pickens should benefit from having single coverage CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I really do think that I think this is a good move. Like I said, third round pick, it's hefty, but what do you expect? Pretty much a pretty big, a bona fide stud, damn near, on a rookie contract. What is George Pickens? 23, 25.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, you're gonna pay for that. What is he? 24. He just turned 24 March 4th. So.
Nice.
There you go. What I said this morning, I can't believe it. I woke up to a good Jerry Jones football move. How many fucking times do you see that? Not often, Bubs. Not often.
Especially after last night, or you woke up this morning telling me how much you hated sports, and then you say that, and then Jerry Jones makes a good football move. It's a weird fucking.
Yeah, this
day.
morning pissed me off. Let me tell you, it is what it is.
Pissy this morning.
Damn, three doors down. Three doors down. I'm here without you, baby. I don't even know if that's them, but
Kryptonite.
Stage 4 cancer the singer's got.
Really? Oh, damn.
What man, kind of dude, you thought that was going to be a happy story, huh?
I was thinking that was going to be a happy story, yeah.
Not so fast. Not so fast.
He has kryptonite. Yeah. Sorry, I went for
Not so fast. I really wish I could find that thing where they showed all the Steelers players that have been traded over the last couple of years. Nico Harrison, I saw Nico. He's getting rid of the entire health. That whole article about him putting all those nobodies in, right? That shouldn't have had jobs. Now he's firing everybody again, basically, and restarting with the health department.
Wonderful.
Isn't that sick?
Yep.
Toronto just tied it up 2-2 Toronto. All right, let's get into hockey. Utah Hockey Club, boys. Not a fun one. Out of all the actually, Utah Hockey Club. Where did that rank out of Washington football team, Utah Hockey Club, and wasn't there one more?
What did they? Was there a year that Cleveland was just Cleveland?
No. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe the hockey club didn't matter too much. I don't know. I really didn't mind the Washington football team. That didn't look bad. I think the Commanders, I guess, grew on me. You're right. I mean, you get used to it, and I guess they're not as bad anymore. But I didn't really hate that when it was there. I guess this one didn't really bother me at all too much either, but it didn't really roll. It was funny because by the time people have wanted Utah to get rid of that name, but when Washington, by the time they got to the Commanders, people were like, we should just leave it football team, the Washington football team or whatever. So, but Utah Hockey Club, no more. And that is because this morning also, I mean, kind of a weird place, but also maybe a really smart place to announce this because all the attention hockey's getting right now. But Utah Mammoths starting 2026, boys. What do you guys think? Got new jerseys today. We got a new logo. We got the home and away jerseys, like I said. What do you think, Dale?
I really wanted them to be the Yetis. but obviously there's a very famous company that they could not figure things out with. Um, it's all right. I don't mind it. It's not. It's not stupid. It's not blows me away. It's just kind of like that's cool.
What do you think about the logo? People were pretty torn on the logo. We got a lot of people who said that the glow down from the because the Coyotes were using the old goalie Coyote again, and that was a pretty beloved logo. And now we've got this. Some people think it looks a little maybe like Nashville too much, but
That was what I was going to ask you. Actually, does it not feel like Nashville dumbed down?
yeah, it does. I do don't. I maybe the Tuscan stuff. Maybe they could have done a little more, but I do like the mountains. The head look like mountains. I think that's
Yep.
pretty cool. I like them. I think they're neat. I think I like the Utah patch. I think the colors are cool, and I think the Mammoths are cool. Somebody had said the Mastodons earlier. That would have been cool too. The
Well,
Utah Mastodons. That would have been
I
cool. But
I seen something on Twitter that they're saying "Tusks Up" is like their motto, which is like that makes sense. Like good job marketing team. Let's get a rally cry for the team.
ooh, and they've got a U. So on their pants. Well, I guess are they going to show us the whole? I can see. Hold on. The Utah Mammoths, because there's a picture of the jerseys out too, and the pants are sick. Like you get the U on the pants with the
Oh, okay. It's
so they don't show them on here, but here are the jerseys, which I guess they're not going to show. They don't. Here's the home.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, no, they do show. Look, so down here it's got the U. You kind of hard to see, but it's a U for Utah, but they got the tusk coming through the U.
Okay, that's a good little touch. And they kind of kept this year like that their Utah
I was gonna
hockey
say
team
this
with
is
that.
kind of what they have now, right?
Yeah, that's like instead of it's pretty much exactly what their away jersey was this year.
They're just throwing the old mammoth up there on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, exactly, which is perfectly fine for an away jersey.
Yeah, I like them, dude. I think these are slick.
It's
Ma-
it's
I-
maybe growing on me a little more than I thought. It's not like completely blows me away, but it's definitely not offensive. It's like you did good. You took a swing but didn't go crazy. Like I was hearing rumblings like how the Jazz have those crazy bright jerseys that
Yeah,
like I was hoping they didn't go that far, but
yeah. Those Jazz jerseys are fucking ugly, dude. They straight up look like a G League jersey or something.
totally agree.
I like it though, dude. I mean, like I said, it might maybe a little Nashville-y for sure, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clearly a mammoth, right? And I like the mountains. I think the mountains are cool. The color scheme's cool. Um,
Like a solid 8.
yeah,
It's a solid 8 out of 10.
yeah. Under says it looks like Jaden Daniels was going to have a date with Juju Watkins potentially, but his mom probably ruined that. Yeah, well, of course she did, dude. And she put that goddamn fucking voodoo curse on her and blew her goddamn ACL out like less than a week later.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mama fucking Willie Mama Daniels felt threatened by Juju. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about this, man. Let us know down in the comments if you guys like this or not. I mean, what do you guys think about this Utah jersey and this Utah rebrand? Because like I said, I'm feeling it. I like it. Good job, Utah. Good job, Utah.
Good jerseys.
Hoorah!
Good jerseys, and you can have more than one wife. Utah.
Yeah, too bad she's going to be some crusty white chick with 4 kneecaps, aka no titties or ass. She's just got an extra set of kneecaps.
It happens. Can't win them all.
All right, boys. Well, before we get into the playoffs, here's what we're looking like so far on the night. Nothing really going on so far. Minnesota's up 3-1.
Yeah, Byron Buxton hit a 3-run homer.
Byron Buxton connected to the ball.
He did.
He's healthy. He's on 2 feet walking.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
Holy shit. Dude, if you would have told me I would bet the house that Byron Buxton wasn't going to get a hit tonight. But good shit. 3-run bomb.
3-run bomb off of a good old Charlie Morton, older than your boy here.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's 41.
God damn,
I know
Charlie.
it's like he is struggling too. He is okay. I'm going to say something here.
Say it,
You're going to
dude.
be
Put
proud
it
of
out.
me.
No, dude, put it out in the world. Say it.
Carlos Rendon might be off the auto bet list. Charlie
Yeah.
Morton is on the auto bet list now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably a safer bet. Rodon hasn't looked terrible lately either, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's been looking very serviceable. So am I going to pick and choose my thoughts? You better fucking believe it. But is he an auto?
If I would have
in every
told you
case?
that
No.
if I would have told you that 7 days into May, if I'd have told you 2 months ago, 7 days into May, Aaron Judge would be batting fucking 500 basically, would you still have locked in Baltimore? The Yankees they're balling.
They are. I think I might have, because I knew Aaron Judge was going to hit. It was just Paul Goldschmidt is second in baseball in batting average. That is what I did not expect.
Look, I told motherfuckers that he was going to look good there. We have him, don't we? No, I know I have him in fantasy. I know that. I picked him up in. I thought maybe we had picked him up in the guillotine. But yeah, dude, Paul Goldschmidt. Look, you tell Paul Goldschmidt no pressure. You know, you're not like because here in St. Louis he was still like had to be one of the two guys, right? Like he was still looked at as like, hey Paul, we're looking for you. You know, they go to New York. Nobody fucking cares what Paul Goldschmidt's doing. Nobody needs Paul Goldschmidt to ball, and he's in a goddamn little league ballpark. So of course he's going to be cranking.
Yeah, and he's got one of the torpedo. Like again, the torpedo bat is overrated, but the torpedo bat is definitely helping.
That died down quick, huh?
It's amazing how the first week of the season, and the Yankees Nestor Cortez got hurt, but he gives all those home runs up, and they hit 11 homers in the first three games, and then it's just kind of like, oh, okay, because I notice it now every now and then you see a guy, oh, okay, so he's using a torpedo bat, but it's calm down.
Yeah, who cares? It's
like you and me had that conversation. It's it's legal. It'll go back to the mean, and let's look at the data at the end of the season and see how much it really did improve, if it did at all.
Yeah, that's insane. You just don't even hear about it anymore. People just don't even care. Yeah. That's fucking wild. But shout out to Paul Goldschmidt, though. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. I mean,
absolutely.
He's a pro's pro. So
he was worrisome of being in the, as I like to call it, the Price is Right yodeling game, and he was getting very close to the crest to go.
Dude, I mean, look, I mean, like you said, when you're still getting to that point, and you're kind of, him and Arenado come to the Cardinals hoping that they're gonna do something special. Obviously, neither one of them could do dick in the playoffs. Looking at you, Arenado, for sure. Who got pulled today 5 seconds before the game started with back spasm. So hopefully he's okay, because he's actually looked pretty good this year too. Arenado's not looking bad. Cardinals aren't looking bad. Guardians aren't looking bad. Guardians got 22 wins on the year. They were one of the first two or three teams to have 20 wins in the AL.
And the Guardians are doing it without pitching, which is
fucking
surprising.
Pitching sucks dick, dude. They're just making it happen.
Awful.
They're just making it happen. Daniel Schneeman's got 5 home runs now out of nowhere.
Fucking Daniel Schneeman's just hitting bombs in Toronto.
I mean, who the fuck? Yeah, I mean, Daniel Schneeman coming into the year, he's an auto out. He came up for a second last year. People loved him, and then people were like, God damn, this guy can't hit. Now he's cranking big daddies, dude. Carlos Santana's finally starting to hit, because let me tell you, the feeling about the happy homecoming for Carlos Santana was ending quick. People were like, get this motherfucker off the team. Big time. We love him, but Jesus Christ, we fell for it. My God, he's 40. Josh Naylor is fucking just stroking dick out big time in Arizona. Thank God Andres Jimenez is batting in poverty again, and that doesn't matter. That lasted about 2 weeks. I mean, they're starting to hit. Gabriel Arias is starting to ball. I mean, yeah, Guardians are looking good for sure. AL's looking good.
The AL Central is going to be such a fun division in September. When you get Tigers, Royals, Twins, and Guardians all playing each other, fighting for the division, it's going to be fun.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, no, for sure. Also, totally forgot that the Browns signed I know we're off NFL, but totally forgot that the Browns signed Deontay Johnson.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice. That's a good little move.
Yeah, I think 26 years old, I think is what he is. I mean, that's
Yeah.
or is maybe he's 29.
Still, you're getting prime-ish years out of him.
28. So yeah, but yeah,
All right.
prime year, still getting, low risk reward. We're paying like nothing for him. By the way, I found that picture. We're gonna throw this up here real quick. So Martavis Bryant traded in 2018, behavioral issues. Antonio Brown the next year in 2019. Then they had a little bit of a break, right? They said, all right, for 3 years we'll chill. Chase Claypool traded. Deontay Johnson traded 24. So pretty much 2 years later, and then this year George Pickens. So since 2018, that's 5 guys they've traded who were apparent. All of these guys at one point were supposed to be like one of the focal guys. Martavis Bryant maybe a little less, but these other 4 for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. Fuck.
So I just scrolled past it and I was like, I got to pull it up. So,
You
but yeah,
Are you feeling the hot
baseball
heat?
is
Are you
oddly
feeling the
going well. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know. The Guardians, I still don't feel really good about them. Some days they just look like shit, but somehow they've got 22 wins on the year, and I'm not going to complain.
Well, their Guardians went into Washington and played 3 games in a day in like 28 hours because of the rainout, and they scored 27 runs against the Nationals.
Yeah,
I
they
know they
did lose
lost
the
one of the
one.
games,
I think they
but
blew the one, but
today I was watching. I checked the score like checked it like, oh, they're down 3-0, and then like got to lunch, like they put up an 8 spot in the 6th. Oh shit, good job, Stephen
yeah, them
Kwan.
and
Excuse me,
the
Stephen
Cardinals
Kwan.
played today too.
Yeah, they won 5-0 too. Sonny Gray was doing Sonny Gray things.
Maybe the
There's a
Cardinals are going to surprise us, dude.
So the Cubs. Yeah, I know you love me starting any sentence with that, but the Cubs are just smashing the ball right now, and I'm confused. They've played almost all of the NL West. After this, I think they only have the Rockies left for their entire season. So they've got their schedule gets easier. But I don't know if that lineup is that good. Even though they're leading the league, what was it last night? They lead the league in games with 8 or more runs
The Cubs do.
scored. The Cubs do, which I was very surprised at. But it also makes me go, well, are they the team? Are they that team that can score 12 and then, they score 8 for like 5 days and then they decide to score 3 or less for a week, and they don't have Justin Steele and Imanaga just got put on the IL with a hamstring pull, so the pitching staff is thin. The Cards and the Brewers are probably more live than I think, and I'm going to
Yeah,
be
Cardinals
rooting
are
for
looking
them.
good. I mean, like I said, it's still early, but they're hanging in there. They're not an absolute dumpster fire like most thought they could be this year. So shout out to the Cardinals, man, hanging in there. Good win today. Like I said, I don't know. They yeah, so neither one of them had doubleheaders, so they're both done for the day, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
or right. Neither one of them are playing tonight, too, right?
No, no, they're all done. They did their doubleheader yesterday to make up for it. So
All right, all right. Let's take a look at the NHL playoffs real quick. So we just talked about the new team. Shout out to Utah. Can't wait to see those jerseys on the ice. I think they look sick. Can't wait to see that. But let's get to the playoffs. So last night, while we were not live, we had Hurricanes Capitals, game 1 of that series.
2 seconds. Washington was up 1-0, and I was like, oh, okay, with like 7 minutes left, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, Carolina won 2-1. Jesus, that team is scary.
Yeah, they are. They're scary. That's gonna be That's gonna be a good series. That's gonna be a high. I mean, 2-1's kind of a low scoring. I'm surprised. Like that, I would expect that one to be a pretty high scoring. A lot of offense in that one, but that was a good game last night. Capitals are looking to rebound tomorrow. They'll be. But Hurricanes taking home stealing home ice is beautiful. And then we had the Oilers. The Oilers looked good last night. They win outright 4-2. Yeah, like I said,
If
Golden Knights went up. I think they were up 2-0 at one point, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
And then the Oilers get that one, and then Third period, they just ran away with it. So Oilers looking good. The Oilers and the Leafs. We're always on when those two teams are in the playoffs. We're watching because we're all waiting for it, right? We're all just waiting for that collapse to end. But the Oilers again. That's one of those teams even more so than Toronto. They showed last year, right, that they can get there. And even though they went down 3-0, we talked about it the other day. They come back, they force Game 7, they go up in Game 7, they lose. We've at least seen the Oilers make it to the very last second to blow it. So I think the Oilers are always going to be a dangerous team until the last buzzer. Toronto, they could be the most dangerous team and then just fall off a cliff. Which today, what are you going to say?
Edmonton, it's if they can get a just enough goaltend, if they can get a little bit above league average, they can compete. And like that King series, they survived because they outscored their goaltending. But if they can play 4-2 hockey games, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and I'm rooting for Edmonton. That'd be a cool team. That's probably who I'm rooting for now. Honestly, it's Edmonton. Maybe Florida to repeat. I don't know. But tonight we got Panthers Maple Leafs, 2-2 in the second right now. Maple Leafs are starting Bennett, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
Tonight, right? Because Stolarz. That odd hit. Look, I don't know how to feel about that. Now, I don't really think that Sam Bennett or anybody should have gotten any trouble for that. I mean, I know he made contact to the head, but to me, it really had more to do with the slap shot he took off his face. The slap shot was so hard it knocked the fucking helmet off his face. So I think that was it. And then they showed right afterwards that 20 seconds after he got hit with that puck, when he was rearranging it, he started doing that head shake or whatever that they call in that it's a spotter thing. They start shaking their head out, trying to get their vision back and stuff. So he got spotted. He goes over to the bench, throws up a bunch of times, and then they pull him out of the game, goes to the hospital. He left on a stretcher, taken to the hospital. And then, of course, everybody's like, fuck Sam Bennett. He's the old, I think he even didn't Sam Bennett play there for a while or
he played in Calgary.
So, there's people, so they're all up in arms, and people, thought there should be a suspension. But I really think that, like I said, I think it had to do more with the slap shot. And it's unfortunate because, like Playoff said yesterday in the comments on one of our posts, he is he is hot. I mean, there's not really anybody hotter right now than as far as young goalies. He is leading the pack. I mean, he is kind of the guy to watch right now. So it sucks that he got hurt, and we had to see that, and it's scary, especially too, to see a concussion so bad that the guy's thrown up on the bench and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get that taken care of, and we get to see him again this year. That's one of those things that he could be back. He could be back next game. He could be out for the rest of the year. You just don't even know. You're kind of just waiting to see what happens with a concussion. Maple Leafs just scored. They just went up 3-2. Look at that.
That is, if they can get 2 games at home and get in with a backup goalie, you're almost playing with house money going to Florida. If you lose both games in Miami, well, you lose both games in Miami. But that is huge.
William fucking Nylander, dude, on a mission. 2 goals the other day, goal today. He's got 6 goals in the playoffs. I mean, he's nasty, dude. Did they? It was just Tavares, I think. Wait, are they reviewing? They might be reviewing.
Oh, okay.
Because they just took the goal off. Maybe it didn't count. Oh no, didn't count. I guess they reviewed and it didn't count.
Damn.
Oh well, hold on. Just is it 3-2? God damn. So they just changed it again. Max Domi. Okay, Max Domi had the third goal. So 3-2 and a 2.
Nice.
Maple Leafs are hanging on. I mean, look, they go up 2-0 on the defending champs. That'd be pretty cray. Panthers are defending champs, right? Am I not retarded? Yeah, okay.
You are right. You are correct.
And then we got game 2. Stars Blues.
Game 1.
I meant game 2 of the night.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
And then I said Stars Blues to see if you'd catch it. Fuck the Jets. I'm not going to root against the Jets in this. We're not even going to get into the Blues, but Stars Jets. This should be a good series. I don't know if the Jets are still. I'm assuming the Jets are still kind of beat up. I don't know what's happening that. So He's on our boys' night. Slept tonight. Fuck yeah, Nylander. Let's fucking go. Let's get it. Make sure you guys follow. We take the unders and all them boys on Instagram or on wherever apps they're using to track. So, but yeah, Stars Jets. This should be a good one, man. Stars going 7 with Colorado. You know, both these teams kind of had a miracle third period run to get here. Stars, you know, got down 2-0, and Mikko Rantanen just puts the team and the city on his back. Just against his former team, just insane. One of the biggest I'm him performances you're ever going to see. Leads him to the second round, eliminates the Colorado Avalanche in round 1. Jets, Blues, like we said the other day. So this is good. This is gonna be a good one. I lean Stars in this one just because of how beat up the Jets are. I'm not gonna root for the Jets. I'm not rooting against them really, but I'm not rooting for the Stars. That is for damn sure. So I would still like to see the Jets come out of this one. But I think the Stars, you know, they're healthy, they're buzzing, and I think these injuries are going to catch up to Winnipeg at some point. So how do you feel about this?
I would pretty much agree with what you say. That the longer and Dallas is going to play this series heavy too. So I think the longer the series goes, the more it advantage Dallas. So I think it's going to be a tight series. So if it's going to be a tight series, Hellebuck has the Jets can still win the series, obviously, but they're going to need Hellebuck to stand on his head. He's going to have to steal 2 games, one for sure for them to really have a chance. Because I think Dallas, if you made me bet before, well, I still technically could, but I would take Dallas in 6.
In 6?
Yeah, I would take Dallas in 6. Not with this is coming from a very, very, very casual Jets fan, and I mean very casual. So, but yeah, I think Dallas wins the series, so I bet that's why I bet the under tonight. It's either going to be free flowing 5-4, and my bet's totally fucked, or they're playing a 2-1 hockey game because the Jets are going to have to play super tight now with all the injuries they have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, hell of an effort to get there. I mean, you know, you would have never known they were missing their guys. So, shout out to Winnipeg. Minnesota up now 3-2. Baltimore just scored, so top 5.
Yep.
Still up, but Baltimore scored. So, and I saw your thing about Carson Kelly under. Yeah, it kills me. I mean, Carson Kelly. I mean, I would trade him for I still at the same time, but like he's a Cardinal legend, baby. Also, I saw today, I just want to make note of this. We've always universally thought of the Sandy Alcantara trade for the Cardinals as bad, right? Is a pretty bad trade. Sandy Alcantara sucks dick this year. Okay, let's just.
Oh yes.
Let's mention that he has not been dick since he came back from the injury. He might never ever get to that form again. Zach Gallen obviously is nice, but you know who came out of that pick wise? That I didn't know is that Alec Burleson kid.
Okay, yeah, that was one of the pieces that came back.
He ended up being, and he's on a tear right now. So maybe we're starting to even that out a little bit. But Sandy Alcantara, he's not looking very good.
No, it's crazy to think he was a Cy Young winner and then Tommy John, and he is lost out there right now. Poor Sandy Alcantara.
Sending a text message. Hold on.
Oh, you're good.
We're taking intermission, boys. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be good. NBA, huh? Is that all we got left? NBA playoffs?
It's unfortunately that time, sir. I will preface that I watched 0 of what Nick is going to talk about, so my opinions are not very good. So the floor is yours, buddy.
Look, I mean, I'm not
the cat just
super upset about the loss. I mean, the fact that we are up 20 with bench players and Donovan Mitchell was I mean, the fact that we were leading that game the entire game without a Mobley, without DeAndre Hunter, without Darius Garland, is I think we were overperforming for most of that game. I expected the Pacers to make a push late. What I didn't expect though is I feel the same things are happening with Jared Allen that they did in the Knicks. Miles Turner and these guys are just like they're not out rebounding them on the scoreboard a bunch, but in the offensive paint when it matters, they're just like they'll be standing right there, and then all of a sudden Miles Turner just comes through the both of them and snatches the rebound. Or last night on the winning basket, which apparently this is one of the 4 things called back today. If this fucking camera doesn't stop turning off and going, I'm gonna fucking rip it off my goddamn thing. Which apparently shouldn't even have counted because there was a lane violation. But the fact that Tyrese Haliburton was able to catch a rebound off of a missed free throw in the final seconds of a game is ridiculous. Like, get fucking real. Get somebody to get a fucking rebound, okay? That's embarrassing. So the fact that even happens, but like I said a minute ago, that the 2-minute warning or the 4-minute report or whatever the fuck it's called comes out today, and it's like the dunk, the Neem Smith dunk should have never counted, where he's clearly in the lane before it happens and he runs in and dunks the missed free throw. It's like we couldn't do shit. The free throws were terrible. Our defensive free throws were terrible. Max Strus, apparently we're like one of the worst, even though we're like the second or best team in the NBA. We have struggled with late game inbounding all year. We just can't get the game. We cannot get the fucking ball inbound. And Max Strus last night throwing that ball right to Indiana. On all we had to do at one point in that game was inbound the ball one time, and they would have fouled us. We would have went to the line. That's game. We threw that ball away and we gave them the game. We needed one inbound pass. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get it in. Donovan Mitchell, damn near a 50-point game last night. 48 points, shot over 50% from the field. I mean, come on. He hits like all but like 2 free throws. Shot like 21 free throws. Guy's just balling his fucking ball. Just hero ball, doing his thing. No help. Ty Jerome, who front office and I have been raving about all year long, should have been 6th man of the year, disappears. I think he was 111 on shooting last night. Just couldn't fucking shoot. Absolute liability out there. But you're missing guys like Evan Mobley, defensive player of the year. Obviously, that's going to hurt you, right? He's 15 to 20 points a game, and he's the best defender in the league. DeAndre Hunter, the biggest acquisition at the deadline, not named Luka Doncic. Defense out of this world, can hit threes from God. And then you've got Darius Garland, who's got this fucking toe injury. Which Darius, let me tell you, I don't side with Stephen A. Smith too much on anything. But Stephen A. Smith said today, you better drag your fucking ass out onto that court on Friday. You're down 2-0 and you're sitting out for a toe. A toe?
Yeah, just
tie the fucking toe up. Get in the fucking game, Darius. Get in the game.
It's gonna hurt. Move on.
Move on.
Take the needle.
At very least, you could be at least be in fucking uniform. Give us some minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been out since the Miami series. He missed the last 2 games of the Miami series after he ran out his mouth, talked all that shit on Tyler Hero. It's funny, he has talked after he made the Tyler Hero comment, hasn't played basketball since. Incredible. So the toe is an issue. I'm not going to lie, though. I might be crazy. I don't feel out of this.
No, I don't think you are at all.
I don't feel bad. I mean, it sucks being down 2-0 and we're going to Indiana. But I'm like oddly calm about this. Like, it killed me last night. Don't get me wrong. I was pissed. I woke up this morning. I was sick. I was like, no fucking way. No way did that just happen. I'm like, no. Like, I saw him get that rebound, and then my dad calls me afterwards. He's like, yeah, my dad doesn't follow NBA players. He's like, I was thinking, oh, who cares? The guy got the ball. He's going to miss this. It is what it is. I'm like, Dad, that's Tyrese Haliburton. I'm telling you, by the moment he got that, he got the rebound and was able to dribble it out past the 3-point line, and I saw they had Jared Allen. I'm like, this is happening. Like, he's hitting this shot. Like, he's made for this. People hate Tyrese Haliburton. I'm starting not to like him personally, but I've always said that Big Perk and I've always said he's a superstar. Like he is a max player. I don't care what anybody says. He is a fucking stud. Cavs fans cheering overrated. He says overrate that. Beefing, starting the beef a little bit afterwards. We got to go get these, but I don't feel out of it. I think if we can get healthy, I think Darius Garland. I think he could have played last night. I really do. I think he's going to play on Friday. Hunter and Mobley, those are big ones. I think if we can get those guys back, I mean, we are the best team in basketball for a reason, second best team in basketball for a reason. I think we can beat Indiana. I really do.
Nick, it's this simple. You have to hold home court, which I think you will. You have to win 2 or 3 in Indiana. Win game 3, you lose game 4, win game 5 at home. The whole series is game 6 in Indiana. That's what you're playing for right now.
Yeah, and I don't feel bad about it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Last night, that was just thinking of what happened with the Blues on Sunday and the fact that, like, we can't just lose. And it's like, you just felt it coming, right? Because all game, you're like, my God, they're like, the Cavs are coming to play. Donovan Mitchell, you couldn't stop Donovan Mitchell. Max Strus was balling up until throwing the ball away at the end. Like, you're thinking in the back of your head, you're going, how are we playing this well? Like, I know we're great. I know we're a great basketball team, but, like, we had everybody minus Darius Garland the other night, and we lost. And it's like, which I know it's any given night shit, but, like, you got Max Strus and Dean Wade starting, and you're up 19 or 50. Like, how is this happening? And in the back of your head, you're going, at some point, the Indiana is going to figure this out, or they're gonna start scoring. And I just hope there's not enough time left for that to happen. And I mean, we're up like 7 with 40 some odd seconds left, and I'm like, just get one more basket, or inbound the ball. They had to foul you. Unbelievable. And they couldn't get it done. And like I said, once he got the rebound, I knew he was going to go out there and hit that. I knew it. I fucking knew it. But it's that's the name of the game right now in sports. I mean, it just look, it just happened to OKC. OKC just had it happen to them. Denver out of nowhere.
All 4 road teams won game 1 in the NBA.
All 4 road teams. The Knicks came out of nowhere and just absolutely shocked the Celtics. Like, all of those games, and none of them were like, well, who's the other one? So it's Pacers, Warriors, which last night
with
Steph Curry out.
Yeah.
Who they're saying he's already ruled out for game 2. He's already ruled out game 2. They say he's going to miss at least a week or 2. So now it's Jimmy ball game and the rest of the boys, but they win. They lose Steph. They still go on to win. Pacers, go 2-0. Last night they pull it out of their ass. Last night, incredible win. Like I said, the Knicks the other night, that was incredible. We all thought Boston was going to win that one, right? And then out of nowhere, I texted you. I said, the Knicks just won, and you're like, what?
I didn't even know it. I was like, what? And then I had to, like, open it up, like, holy fuck.
Like, Jesus Christ, how did this happen? And then OKC was firmly in the driver's seat of that one, and then out of nowhere, Aaron Gordon fucking, on the assist from Russell Westbrook, which, just the dagger. But I don't know. It's heartbreaking to watch shit like that. And honestly, Kenny Atkinson's got to be better. We got to be better at late game. Like, he gave Ty Jerome too much time. I think we should have noticed Ty Jerome wasn't hitting shots and maybe got him out of there. He was a liability. I don't like at last night, Kenny Atkins said collectively as a group, we ran out of gas. I don't know if we should be saying that. Maybe just shut the fuck up on that one. Maybe don't tell everybody that game 2 of round 2, you guys are out of gas on home court. It just don't do that. A lot of series left. What's up, Tanner? How we doing, big dog?
Oh, Tanner.
So I didn't really like that. But they're in it. I think right now it all just depends on if they get healthy. I mean, look, if we lose this series and somehow Mobley, Garland, these guys don't play any more games, I mean, of course, I'm not going to be heartbroken over that. Does it suck that we stayed healthy all year long? We ran the NBA basically all year long, and now this is happening. Yes, this sucks big old dick for sure. But it's the name of the game. Sports are here to kick us in the balls, and that's just what it is. And while we go back to the Blues game, I know I'm kind of 180 here. We've already talked about hockey, but the Blues, a lot of people were hoping that we'd get through that second game, get to the second round because they wanted Dylan Holloway to come back, and there were some guys that were waiting. Doug Armstrong did his big, they did their exit interviews yesterday, And well, a couple guys, I think Buchnevich, a couple of them were like, yeah, we're still not sleeping. Like this is terrible. So they're whatever. But uh a lot of not maybe a lot, but some pretty eye opening stuff said in there. They say that he basically told us that Dylan Holloway was not coming back at any point this year. He was ruled out for the rest of the year. They just obviously weren't going to say that. Torrey Krug, he's retiring. They said he'll never play hockey again.
Really?
They said, well, you'll never see Torrey Krug play hockey again. Announced that the other day because he hurt his ankle. They said that he is just now day to day with the ankle to where he can do day to day things. So Torrey Krug never, he went out. Nobody thought he was going to be out that long. Never going to play again. So, it's kind of crazy how that happened. Some unfortunate news there, but yeah, I mean, if the Cavs drop this series, it is what it is. If they're not healthy, if they get healthy, they gotta get on this. And I'm expecting them to at least push us to 6. We're not going to go out we can't go out like punks. It kind of sucked last night because we were up 7 and they showed that they flashed the bench and DeAndre, they're all over there laughing and joking because they think they're going to win, and then they didn't win. And it's like, yeah, it's time to strap in, boys. Like it's time.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, don't go out with like I said. Get a split out of Indiana, win Game 5. The whole series is it's not the whole series of game, but that Cleveland has everything to play for, and Indiana does not want to go back to Cleveland for Game 7. So it's kind of the series.
God, and like that now there's beef now. Like I said, now there's the Tyrese thing. I really want him to come back. I want to see it. I want to see a Game 7. Let's see. But at this point, I just want to see a Game 5. So
yep, yeah, exactly.
That's all you can hope for.
You gotta win. We gotta win one on the road, and then you will keep it going from there, right? So.
Here's a look at tonight's. So tonight we've got Celtics. Knicks are playing again tonight, which Celtics are handling them. I mean, it looks kind of like the other night, but 5.5. This might be a little, I don't know, down by 9, 6, 7, down by 8. So we'll see if 5 minutes is enough to do that. See if Knicks can make some magic happen. But it looks like the Celtics might tie this one up going into New York next game, and then we got Nuggets Thunder game 2 here in about 25 minutes. So. That should be pretty good. Hold on, let me see what my text message is.
Yep. Oh yeah, no. Like I couldn't lay Thunder minus 11.5, but there's only one. Only be one way I would be betting that game too. Pissed off Thunder team? Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, you got to assume that the Thunder are probably coming out pretty hard in this one. I mean, you got to think that. I mean, we're about to see Shai Gilgeous shoot 96 free throws tonight. I'm telling you, he is coming for revenge. Let me refresh this board. Still 3-2. Okay, we kind of got through some stuff today, quick.
We did. We were efficient today.
We were efficient today, boys.
Yeah, we don't have the doctor dragging us down.
The doc.
What a fucking guy. Again, congrats. It was great to see the picture. And now I know what front office's little brother, who he is now too. So it's all good. I almost know who everybody is in the league now.
Yeah, I mean, you're slowly but surely, dude.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm sure I will be able probably to meet everybody in about a year's time. When we smuggle you away and we'll watch randomness. Like, do people go to the Battlehawks games in St. Louis? I think I've asked this question before, but I can't remember.
Brother, we have like the best attendance out of everybody.
So do you get like 35,000 people in the...
There's like 30, 40,000 people there, yeah.
Good job, St. Louis.
It's a big deal here. Like, they are fucking about it.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because, you don't have the other stuff, so,
we have the championship game this year. We're hosting I think we might have had it last year, too, maybe. I don't know, but we do have it this year. Like, we're hosting the UFL championship game is in St. Louis, because, yeah, like, when they first came, like, I don't think it's as crazy as when it first started. It is still pretty crazy, but, like, there was points where we were opening the upper bowl, like it was
nothing wrong with that.
Big time. I mean, that first year when we were like were destroying shit. Like when it came back, yeah, good shit. I think when we had AJ McCarron as the quarterback, dude.
Oh, right, yeah. It's you
I
know
haven't watched
what?
any Battlehawk. I did watch one Battlehawks game the other day because last Friday, all of the St. Louis teams Friday played at 7 o'clock in St. Louis last Friday. So Blues, Cardinals, Battlehawks all played last Friday in St. Louis
And have you been to the Seattle FC or whatever they're called yet?
City.
City,
No, I have
yes.
not been to a City game. They're right next door to each other. My, I could go to those games, but yeah, I haven't. I need to. I heard they're really fun. The stadium's fun. They're just super expensive. Everything there is so goddamn expensive to do,
Right.
but it's cool. We have we straight up have like it's called the Pitch. It's like a football pub. We have a soccer pub built,
Oh,
and
cool.
like before soccer games, like that's what it's straight like the supporters go there and they start drinking and stuff, and then before the game they do this march from the pub down the street, through the street, up through the street, and then into the stadium together, and then they fucking go to their big section behind the goal, and like they go fucking they fill out the supporter section or whatever. But it's
Cool.
pretty hardcore.
Because I know, yeah, you and me both are casual soccer. But the places that love it, they fucking love it.
Yeah, and look, I think St. Louis. St. Louis is obviously going to have. Okay, so they're big on soccer because, like I was telling you, at playoff that one time, we have a lot of Bosnians, a lot of European. We have a
Yeah.
pretty hefty European community here. So, and soccer is their sport. I mean, Big Perk, him and his boys. I mean, I don't know how many subscriptions these guys have. They wake up like Big Perk. They work night jobs. Like they work the third shift on or the second or third shift. So like the swing shift on at a casino. So they're working like 2 to 11 or 3 to they're getting off at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. They'll get up at like the crack ass of dawn on work days and stuff, like to watch these games of these leagues that happen in the morning and super early
Yep.
and Saturday mornings. And they're like they're diehard. They are about it. They know all the leagues. They followed many teams and I mean, it's fucking crazy. They're about it. So it's not really surprising that St. Louis popped off. But again, I ever since we lost the Rams, the city itself has really taken a pride on like when we were told that we couldn't host them and like we weren't a good football or a good sports town type thing. I think people took that personally, and I think that like now with the Battlehawks, with anything new, like we are like, oh yeah, motherfuckers, like yeah, we'll show you that let's remind you how. Because St. Louis, dude, like they could have taken the Rams for another reason, but to say that we aren't a football town or like that we couldn't support major teams like that is just bullshit. It's
Yes.
such a bullshit argument. And yeah, I
Because
mean they're the supporters are pretty hardcore over there.
yeah, I know Toronto. When I was in Toronto, I didn't get to go, but I've heard the story. And again, in the biggest city in Canada that has what's immigrants from everywhere, that they all bond to that, and it's wild.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's fun. I mean, I definitely would like to go to one. I need to make my way down to one. My buddy Ed goes to them every, goes to a couple a year. He's really enjoyed it. But yeah, I mean, it's St. Louis is a fun town sports wise. I mean, we get hyped the fuck up. I mean, it's pretty cool. So the Battlehawks, hopefully we can make it. It'd be cool if we can make the finals. I mean, I don't think we've actually won one. Saw Steven Jackson live at Candlestick. Yeah, Steven Jackson. He's still like second or third in running or touchdowns or something since he retired or something like that. Like I was just reading the stat the other day. Like Steven Jackson was just so underappreciated and had to play on such dog shit Rams teams, dude. Like,
I'm telling you, Nick. There's knowing that St. Louis is hosting one of the March Madness rounds. It makes me think.
yeah, it'd be fun. I'd get you free
Oh,
tickets to it too.
I know you could hook me up too, because that's the thing, and it would be fun. St. Louis might be my second home. Other than it, it's a bitch to get to.
Yeah,
Fucking
we're
not when
smack dab in the middle.
you are gonna be a when you get hitched. Yeah, I'm using the word hitched because I'm a farm boy. When you get hitched, it's gonna be a bitch to get to you. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna be fun.
it'll be worth it though. Well
Oh,
worth
it's
it.
gonna be a blast, but it's going to be the travel fuck show to get there. It's either
Yeah,
like a
it's
30-hour drive, or it's like, oh, I'm gonna the last time I looked just for shits and giggles, it's like fly through Toronto, Minneapolis, Seattle, amazingly Atlanta. Imagine
Yeah,
flying
that's a
Calgary
fall.
to
You're flying basically over us
yeah,
and then
I'm
coming
flying
back.
Calgary to Atlanta and then back to St. Louis.
Yeah,
Like
that's fucking
part of me just
stupid.
thinks about like flying to Vegas because it's like 2.5 hours. Spend a night in Vegas and then fly to you.
Just give the hey kid away for the night. Say, will you guys watch him while I go be a degenerate?
Hey, mom. Hey, you want your kid for an extra 2 days? Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then can
no
you
big deal.
fly him into St. Louis for this
Yeah, then can you
wedding?
fly him into St. Louis, please?
Why can't you take him? Well, I was going to, but I'm going to spend a day in Vegas.
We're gonna stay at Circus Taden. Do you want how many coins do you want to play in the arcade? Good. Daddy's at this table over here,
Don't
and he's
talk to me until we're back at the airport.
yeah. You just tap when you need money. Tap Dad, and I will tell you either yeah or get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
The-
you'll know by my reaction how I'm doing. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, it'll be a bitch to get here, but it'll be worth it. St. Louis,
Oh,
it is a trip though.
it's gonna be fun. It's just like yeah, like there's no from where I'm at, there is not a hope in hell of a direct flight. So it's gonna be where am I connecting? And of course,
Yeah.
because I have to go through customs somewhere too. So, do I want to go through customs in the States and then go in, or do I want to, fly to Toronto, like stay in country and then go through customs? It's gonna be a blast no matter what. It's just not simple to get there, which is fine. And I need a passport. Got to work on that.
No, and I'm listening. So I'm gonna try to play this real quick without getting. Well, I mean, we're definitely getting it. They're gonna flag it, but I have to show it before we get out of here. The worst free throw of all time just happened. Mitchell Robinson just shot the worst free throw ever.
Okay, yeah. He kissed something. He was super excited. It's like him purposely trying to throw it at the rim and he missed.
What a fucking idiot, dude. Thanks, Mitchell. That was good. Fuck the
Thank you to
Knicks, dude.
whoever.
Knicks fucking Celtics. I don't know if I hate teams more. Like, God damn it, Pistons.
It sounds like me and the Dodgers and Yankees for the World Series last year. I watched 2 innings of it. I couldn't. It was every baseball person's wet dream, and I'm just like, I cannot fucking subject myself to these two teams.
Yeah.
And you know the degeneracy of my baseball love.
Yeah, no, it was not very entertaining. I'm with you on that for sure. I mean, Knicks Celtics though, dude, fuck that. I don't like either one of them. I mean, I don't know which one I hate more. Probably the Celtics. Probably the Celtics.
Yeah, it's the Celtics. It's the Celtics because the Knicks for most of our lives have been lovable losers.
Yeah.
So you can
I've
kind of
always
be
thought
like,
that the basketball world is better when the Knicks are good.
I would agree with that. I also was told by my buddy that why the Knicks are always the first game on Christmas Day in New York. And I'm like, why? He's like, Dale, there's a huge Jewish population. All the Jews go to the game on New York because it's just a normal day at the office. And I'm like, never would have thought that. He's like, no, it's just like it's like a big Jewish holiday. It's like everybody's opening presents and everybody goes down to the garden.
That's sickening, dude.
It's crazy, but it makes a lot of sense.
Fuck the Knicks, dude. Fuck Errol Herwani and all them Knicks fans. Oh well. Well,
been a pleasure. Been a good one today.
It's been a good one, dude. I was gonna say we can wrap this up 15 minutes early.
One.
Yeah, I'm hungry, dude. I'm about to go bash. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I have chicken thawed out that I need to make. But Shan's uncles and stuff are in town, so she made a swing by her parents or something on the way home. I'm about to call her. She's like, maybe we could just be trash tonight. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say no to that. I'm not gonna if I don't have to get off the podcast and cut chicken up and cook it and fix dinner, then that sounds good to me, dude. So I think we're gonna just bash some. I've had heartburn. So earlier today, dude, I ate lunch at work today. Went to Quick Trip, dude. So I made lunch, like dinner that I made last night. Took the leftovers.
Yep.
And I went to Quick Trip today to get just a soda, just something to drink, because I keep 12 packs of cans here, and I just take one with lunch every day.
Right.
So I didn't have one, so I had to go to the gas station. Well, while I was at Quick Trip, of course, I walked past the taquitos, and I'm like, I'm gonna get 2 taquitos too. Fuck it. So I got 2 taquitos. So I bashed my lunch, and I was full, but I was like, well, I got these 2 taquitos, so I fucking I forced those bitches down, brother. The acid reflux is coming out of my fucking ankles, dude. Like my chest is on fire, and it's been like this. I got home, I laid in bed for like a half hour. I was like, maybe if I just take a little half-hour snooze, woke up, still banging. So whatever I'm about to eat is just gonna make my night even worse. But dude, fuck it.
It'll be good.
YOLO, dude.
YOLO. Sounds like
fuck it.
Is.
All right, big dog. Well, this has been a good one, man. I really appreciate everybody who's coming out, man. Unders, Sports Lab is what I meant by that. Tanner, all the boys, I really appreciate you guys coming out tonight. It's been a really good one. Friday. So look, I know I said you're getting three episodes this week. I don't think you're getting a Friday episode because I have being roped into a bullshit family event that I do not think I can get out of. If I'm going to figure out time parameters, maybe we can get an early one in, like after work. Maybe we can stream an hour before we do it. Maybe we'll stream an hour after we get back. We'll see what happens. But if not, I do apologize. We were going to get back on the 3 schedules, 3 shows a week. I mean, but it is what it is. At least you guys are getting 2 quality fucking shows. And if you guys haven't, go watch the one from Monday. Monday was a good one. They're always on our YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. You guys are here watching us. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube right now, Unders, Collab guys, any of you guys, please hit that like button. Like the stream. It really helps us out, even if it's just a couple likes. It really helps us kind of get pushed into the algorithm, so we'd appreciate it. But if you're on YouTube, man, go back, watch Mondays. They're always up there. You can always check out our past live streams. Then, of course, we got shorts and stuff and clips. So make sure you guys scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram. If you're watching live on X or Twitter, make sure you guys follow us on that. Hop in the comments. We're always talking shit. Give us a follow there. Hop in. Join the conversation. We've got a Discord. We don't really use it as much anymore. We need to get that maybe going again one day. So join the Discord. Join us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the good shit. And if you're sports bettors, man, go to the Action Network, Daily Derelict. We're getting back on those. Posted them today for the first time in a while, but they're always free. If you follow us on the app, even if we don't post them, you get a notification. Right when we post them, they're 100% free. You guys can go lock them in and tail them.
We're almost at 1,000 bets.
And we're almost at 1,000 bets. So we don't look at the all-time record. We went on an all-time bad record for a while, but we
had a 2-month. Both of us had a 2-month just horrendous downswing.
Yeah, it's bad. I haven't done a daily lineup on FanDuel or anything, or like a Prize Picks in like 3 weeks. I haven't even touched it. So
probably good for your mental health.
Probably good for my mental health. So, but make sure you guys follow that. We're here for everything. Anything you guys do, sports needs, we got your needs. We got you covered. We do it here, and it's free. We're the boys. So make sure you guys watch Derelict Sports. Thank you guys so much. I'll let you guys know about Friday. If not, we'll see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
Peace.
Peace.
Summer red cover, trucking intellect, got change in my pocket, $1.50 a half.